Newcastle Live.
You're coming to the Lasagari Hotel in Newcastle on July 10 to showcase tracks from your new release. Have you ever played the Lasagari before?
No, I haven't actually. No, so it's in new territory. So looking forward to it actually.
No, it's a real mecca for original music here. We're looking forward to it too. And are you bringing your band with you, or is this more of a solo affair?
Not the full band, just going duo at the moment. So some of the other shows we played around have been with a 5-piece band, which has been great. So just trying to keep it sort of practical for some of the longer hauls. Getting all the musicians around the place is a bit of a logistical task. So we're going to keep it intimate, just a duo this time, and then hopefully if all goes well, and it's great to sort of come back with a full band at a later date.
Oh, that'd be perfect. And tell me about your duo partner. Where did you meet, and what sort of instrumentation is he providing?
Yeah, he'll be on keyboards. His name's Hugh Blaines, and he's actually an absolute gun. He's played all the keys on both CDs that I've recorded, and he's a super talent. He's a soloist in his own right actually, and just sort of he'll give it lots of different sounds, and brilliant playing and great backup vocals and that as well. So. Yeah, looking forward to playing with him, actually. I'm just about to have a rehearsal with him as we speak.
Oh, cool. And look, this was recorded at Basin Studios in Melbourne with Matt. Can you tell me, what does Matt bring to a sound?
It's a good question. I think he brings a lot of things. I wouldn't say that it's, you go to that studio for a particular sound, but I think just through our relationship, we've been able to tap into... it takes a while, I think, sometimes to sort of to get each other, if you know what I mean. And I think just through working with him a few times, we've kind of just managed to refine that sort of sound. I mean, if you had to sort of pigeonhole him, I guess he does a lot of kind of indie rock type sounds, but that means a million different things. So, with what he's done here, I think his own band has done a fair bit of work with some really good producers overseas as well, and he's been able to bring back some of those good ideas, like the guys that his band work with, like the Killers and things, Fleetwood Mac and things like that. So he's been able to bring some really good lessons back here and use that for my benefit. Okay, so I guess that's been really good. So he also drums on the record too. So he's been fantastic.
A very versatile producer.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to have an in-house drummer and not only an in-house drummer, but an in-house drummer at his level, because he's just a brilliant musician. So it's been great to work with these guys.
And tell me, I want to focus on the meat of the release now. I read in the press release that you wanted to focus on concepts of how society likes to segregate people into categories, and I was interested to pose a sort of, I suppose, a pretty out there question to you. I wanted to ask, do you think that sort of segregation is amplified with online communication and social media, or do you think that digital communication has been able to break down those sort of barriers?
It's probably a bit of both. I mean, I think to a large extent things have got more segregated, and the idea of sort of target markets and target audiences has got kind of tighter and tighter and tighter. So, I guess there's always people trying to mess with our heads, isn't there? To sell us something all the time. So I guess the more they can feel like you're part of something and not part of something else, then it's easier to sell things to you. So, and unfortunately, I think, often people's motivation for that is, it's not evil, it's just to sell their product. But I think sometimes a byproduct of that is that we do have this kind of segregation. You're either this or you're that, or you are this and you're not that. And I think, sometimes it can extend to, political realms as well, because they're trying to capture target audiences in marginal seats and paint a certain picture and message for there, but then they'll try to paint a different picture in a different electorate. So, I guess that's kind of the idea there. And I guess what I was trying to express through some of the songs and through even the artwork on the cover was just that I think we've actually got more in common, but there's a lot of time kind of spent on this segregation. I think that the world's grey, not black and white, and we all tend to live in that grey more often than not.
And how have you been able to? It's one thing to express yourself through lyrics to be able to convey that message. How do you think you've been able to express yourself musically to convey that message? Like, what sort of, did you pick different instruments? How did you go about trying to convey that message musically?
Good question, but I think with me, I mean, it's the instruments as such are conventional instruments. We've got a couple of guitars, bass, keyboards, but I think we've really used some sounds. Interestingly, some of the guitar sounds, some of the keyboard sounds are really got some nice effects and some trippy elements to them. But it probably wasn't a deliberate thing with the sounds and music to say that. It was really just about trying to make it sound good.
Yeah.
And if it sounds good and kind of enables you to feel something and play it with emotion, then I think that that can be conveyed through the lyrics as well. So sometimes it doesn't match up. Like even one of the songs like "Rattle the Cage," which is sort of a song that I've got the film clip and that for. It's quite a boppy song in a way, in a rock context, but then some of the undertones are a bit more serious. So when people watch the film clip, they said, "Oh, I didn't realise it was about that, or I didn't realise it was about this." So yeah, sometimes it can, vision can certainly add a different emotion to it as well.
Well, we're really looking forward to the show at the Lass on the 10th. All the best with the rest of the tour, and we look forward to seeing you in the Hunter.
Thanks very much. You can't wait to get up there.
Newcastle Live.